now I'm going to switch in English because we have a panel in English. First time, I mean, we will try to understand how can we implement AI in the financial sector. And now please allow me to bring to the stage Mr. George Kalantzan.
It's Kalajadonaki Julian, but it's George for you. Thank you.
Yes, super. Well, I feel, you know, my name was never pronounced correctly, you know, when I was a young man.
I for you.
Excellent. Good. Călin Rangu, Vice President and Co-founder of the CIO Council. Mr. Dan Bogdan, Dell Technologies. Gabriel Herbey, CTO Finance Bank, and CIO Council member, and George Lazar from Deutsche Bank, VP Program Manager. Călin, I'm passing you the floor. Daniel Călin, sorry. Oh, Your Highness, excuse me. CIO of the Czech Bank and the latest member that joined CIO Council. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for your presence. I am very glad to be here at the 13th conference. And in the same time, we should mention that is an anniversary of CIO Council Association. We are doing 20 years from the setup of our association. And if we are speaking a lot about maturity, I hope now we are quite a mature CIO association, and we receive all time very important members. And I'm very glad to welcome Mr. Daniel Călin. He is the newest member of the CIO Council, approved by our board last week. And in the same time, I am glad to introduce our speakers of today. So from George Julian, I'm jump over the second name. I don't have to have the same problems. I'm very glad to be here. So AI Data Analytics Solution Manager, Austria Card Holdings. Dan Bogdan, you know him already, from Dell Technologies. George Lazar, VP Program Manager at Deutsche Bank Romania, CIO Council member. Gabriel Herbey, Chief Technology Officer at First Bank, CIO Council member. And I mentioned Daniel Călin, CIO at Czech Bank. So our topic now is about disruption, reinvention. My first question to all the panelists is what means AI in finance in this moment? So an easy question for warm up. I propose to start from the one corner of the table to be easier for moderator to give the word, please. So Gabriel Herbey is a very big expert in AI. He's a hands-on on this subject with a lot of experience in many industries, not only in finance. So he has an holistic approach of this subject.
Hello, everybody. So AI in finance, it's a very hot topic. All of us know. It's a lot of pressure and a lot of money invested in it, and we face a lot of challenges in finding the right business cases that can scale. And we are looking to a number of opportunities, starting from know your customer, so cybersecurity, to lending score. This topic, you have to address it from two perspectives. One from technology, and I believe that here we speak a lot about the technology. But second, you need to have the support of your counterparts, the business colleagues that are driving this implementation for the companies. And here there are a lot of challenges. I can share some of ours, but I will leave my colleagues to carry forward.
Hello. AI in finance is not new. It started a couple of years ago. What is new? From 2025, use of agentic. We'll probably cover this topic later today. AI is used in banking in credit fraud transactions, in AML, in Know Your Customer. There are various implementations of chatbots, and each of these implementations brings specific threats which must be addressed prior to having this deployed in production. It starts with the partnership with, as Gabi mentioned, with compliance, with all the stakeholders involved with business, and it must be seen as a disruptor, because we are not trying just to improve current processes, but also to change them. It's not only the back end, it's not only improving data results with the machine learning, but also it will change the interaction of the customers with the bank. And this will be done with customer experience improved, with next best product. We discussed about this a couple of years ago, but now hyper-personalization is a new topic today in banking, and yes, this will change the banking in the following years.
First of all, I would like to share some ideas in order to frame my future opinion regarding this. I would say that AI, it's not only a big technological step and upgrade. AI, it's firstly about people, about customer, about partners, about employees, about regulators. Secondly, leadership cannot be automated and cannot be delegated to AI if we are talking about people. Thirdly, we humans, I'm hesitating if I will put still or not, we are the deciders. On the fourth place, I would say that AI, the base of AI is mathematics, statistics, but also psychology and behavioral understanding. Lastly, I said I have the idea that you know very well, AI, it's a very good tool to augment the workforce, but for me, what is very important, the skill of the people.
Thank you. Hello. We know that banks, and not only banks, but many organizations have complex processes, internal processes that require a lot of repetitive work and a lot of human labor, which is not only time-consuming, it is costly and error-prone. With the rise of AI, naturally, everybody investigates to see how we can replace or enhance these processes. But there are challenges. AI can be complex. It is complex. It is a difficult thing to handle. You need expertise. You need specialized hardware. You cannot just run easily on your premises AI algorithms. But then putting your data on the cloud has a lot of other risks. It compromises your data sovereignty. We have this event that happened last June, 4 months ago. Before the French Senate, there was a hearing they asked Microsoft's legal director, Mr. Carnion, to testify under oath, something that more or less everybody suspected already, that he could not guarantee that the data, the personal data of the French citizens stored on European servers would not be accessed by the US government, even without the consent of the French government. Because Microsoft is a US company, it operates under US regulation. Chinese companies are even worse. So this challenges the assumption we may have that just storing our data on European servers would protect our data under European regulation. I mean, it does to some extent, but there are risks involved. The moment you put your data online, you compromise your data sovereignty. And there is also the cost, because hardware, software, and expertise come at a great cost. And we, in AustriaCard, try to address these things by, we put together, and now we brought to life our new platform, Gaia-B, which we are very proud of it, and which I can describe now, or you may...
Okay. We can speak later.
Okay, perfect, thank you. So Gaia-B is an integration platform. It's an AI integration platform, which allows to bring together the data and processes of an organization with generative AI and agentic applications. It's meant to be simple. We have taken care of the complexity. You don't need to write code. I mean, you can if you want. But the expectation is to instruct the agents using natural language, and not only English. We support many languages, Romanian also. It is able to handle laborious and repetitive tasks using a team of experts, of agents that have different expertise. We call it digital task force. We have collaborated with Dell. We are really excited about that, with the new PowerEdge servers that are highly customized and configured for our platform explicitly. So essentially, you get an appliance that contains everything. It has the models, the inference engine, the agents, the SDK, anything that needs to, in order to be able to run automated and secure processes within your premises. So you don't have any third-party dependencies, no cloud, no data leakage, nothing. In addition, we have launched our own AI factory here in Romania, which is PCI compliant, also extremely secure, and to a great extent is solar powered. We use our own photovoltaic cluster, and almost 50% of it works on that. So also we are ESG compliant, and we plan to build another one really soon. So yes, we address all these things, and we have a solution that is essentially, it is simple, secure, and cost-effective, because it is very scalable. All these devices can be sequenced, they can work together, so you can start small, and essentially you pay as you grow. The more your demands increase, you can acquire more power and follow along.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Again, Dan?
So, I mean, I think most of the things were already said here, but I will just summarize.
Yeah.
So, I think when we are discussing about AI in finance, we definitely discuss about security. We discuss about the people skills, which is really important. And on the other hand, I mean, from our perspective, we definitely need to discuss about performance. We need to discuss about scalability. We need to discuss about repeatability.
Because we are in a national bank and the financial sector is very regulated, and we are speaking about controls, specific architectures to apply DORA, NIS2, and so on. How we are helping your clients to have these controls and approve that they are DORA or NIST compliant?
Well, we have our own solutions. I mean, talking about being compliant with NIST 2 and DORA. Okay,
because we are covering cloud, private cloud, public cloud, on-premises, mixed hybrid systems.
Yeah. So basically, we are discussing about the data. Yeah. In any of this situation. Our solutions, our approach is actually from two perspectives. First of all, is how to enhance, first of all, skills for that, and we have our own professional services in order to come in and help our customers for being compliant and become actually compliant. We're not doing the audit, but we are helping them to prepare for that. On the other hand, we can talk about solutions like CyberVault, where actually we have, and this is, we see these solutions like the ultimate solution in case of a cyber attack. So there are many discussions. Besides that, actually, there is how AI is used in AI with, AI on, AI and different other things. AI is implemented in our solutions, and this is actually creating also a secure, let's say, environment for these solutions to be run.
Thank you. Coming back to our colleagues from banks, in banks, risks are the first word in the mouth of everyone. How we are managing the risk, and which are the risks now, and which risk we will see in the next 2-3 years? Will be different risks, and it was interesting. Mr. Vevera mentioned that companies are having other type of maturity. They have procedure and so on. Do you have specific procedures related to AI, or you are working with general procedures of risk management, operation, and so on, and you are including AI risk part of the general risk of your banks? Maybe you can start from you this time.
Okay. I remember years ago when I worked my previous job, we had a fraud made by hackers, and after we investigated, the results really shocked me, because some of my former colleagues will remember, I'm sure, in terms of about not more than 10 seconds, thousands of euros were stolen from the account of a customer, put in another bank, and from that bank sent to SWIFT out of Romania. Not more than 10 seconds. I remember that the customer came to the bank and said, okay, guys, I've made a big mistake. I was pushing my mobile to approve this transfer. But you, the bank, how you protect me? And I realized that a tool of investigating in real time and what is the behavior of the customer in order to protect him and action as an anti-fraud tool is one of the first tools that banks should implement. And this is also the reality in a Czech bank. If we are let's say, be proud of operating two platforms based on AI today. One is, okay, my colleague CISO probably will speak about. The second one is the anti-fraud solution that protect our customers, scrutinize all transactions, improving the behavioral analytics for each customer and approve or deny each transaction.
Thank you.
The use of AI in banking brings additional risks, and these risks are due to the usage of data. So data must be cleaned prior to be used in AI, otherwise we will see biases or unfair results.
Mai aproape de microfon puțin. Mai aproape de microfon, dacă se poate.
The next risk that we can address is the risk of having or allowing not to clean the user input inside the chatbot, for example. And third one, to allow data to leave the bank. Well, if we address each of these risks one by one, we can solve one problem. But when all three risks are combined, then we'll see the perfect storm where data can leave the bank without a proper authorization. Now, in the future, we will see AI agents. Current implementations are not based on AI agents, but for using AI automation, AI agents must be allowed to access data and take some decisions. Well, this will bring some additional risk because we will not have the human in the loop, we will have the human on the loop. And this is a very important change in the risk assessment. And there is also the security risk, which is inherent to each new application, which must be addressed. Now, all these risks must be evaluated, and we should not forget that actually humans are also one important resource in this process, and we must start by training our colleagues to use AI and about ethic usage and fair usage.
Thank you. Gabi?
I would try to put together two topics that were discussed earlier. And I will start with the latest one from Georgia, and that is, I don't know how many of you knows that in the last weeks there was an agent payments protocol that was launched that basically it will allow the agents to perform payments on your behalf. So the speed of execution of the payments will go skyrocket. Then you as a bank, you as a financial institution, you will have the challenge to understand how can you cope with that capacity, with that speed. So you are prepared today, but what happens tomorrow? Personally, I am not afraid about what I know. I am more afraid about what I do not know, and there are a lot of things that I don't know. And then, in order to address it, my perception is that you need to push the knowledge to the people. And in the banking, in the financial industry, the best way to do that is by introducing DORA. Because in this way, you force, basically, each and every institution to be aware. And not to be aware only at the IT or cybersecurity level, but at an organization level. And in this way, basically, you recognize that financials, they are 100% based on technology. And in that moment, step by step, you push the technology or you should push the technology towards the awareness of each and every department, division from a financial institution. Because in the moment you speak about DORA, then the risk department will have to manage it. In the moment you speak about DORA, then the payments will have to be there and to take the responsibility. It's not only on the IT side. So I do believe that there will be challenges in the next 2, 3, 4 years. As always, when you have a new technology, you have challenges. What is very important is to push through frameworks like DORA, the entire enterprise to be aware and to adapt. That's my perception.
So practically the bank will be moved again to the follower mode, not to promoter mode, and to be more careful what they are doing, no?
We will see.
And if you'll implement these solutions, all the authorities, financial authorities, EBA, EIOPA, ESMA are asking the feature of explainability. How all the time we are speaking about AI, that is something that they are thinking himself, is doing things themselves, and we as human, we became zero. But how we can explain everything that AI should do if AI is so smarter than us? Because in banking, you should explain. If a client is coming to you and asking why you didn't give to me a loan, you should tell to him. You cannot tell AI said, sorry, go in cloud and search the response, or ask AI why not.
Sorry, AI is not smarter than us. This is for me very clear. And I'm coming to what is called explainability AI. This is why I said that it's based on mathematics, on statistics. We need to understand the model. We need to be careful when we train with data, what data we input. We need to know exactly why, by applying this set of data, the results of credit scoring for a specific customer was positive or negative. We need to understand the models.
Very good. It's an algorithm finally.
It is an algorithm.
Understands algorithm.
Yeah.
George, you spoke about in card management in general, AI is used from very long time. I remember 19 years ago I implemented in the bank an anti-money laundering system.
Yeah.
What kind of AI you are using, in fact? This new Gen AI or classical AI? Because practically I can say there are two types of AI in this moment, or more. I don't know. Maybe you can, or all of you can detail how many types of AI we are having, in fact.
Yeah, in fact, we use both. Okay, for us, risk, there are risks in the human error that may do in the existing processes, and then there are risks about the fraud and AML, as you said. Our platform has these digital task for agentic teams that essentially we have different agents with different expertise. We have to point here that an agent is not just a way to organize LLMs and tools. The true power of an agent is its ability to collaborate with other agents. And this interplay produces a far more complex and improved functionality that this is the way how we almost eliminate hallucinations, we reduce errors, and we improve performance. Based on that thing, we have out-of-the-box applications in our platform. We have the enterprise content understanding, which is meant for doing repetitive tasks such as document understanding and data extraction. We already have pilots for Banca Transilvania for the digital mailroom where we integrate with the DMS, we categorize documents, we forward to the appropriate recipients, and we extract the corresponding information. We are working for a pilot about garnishment for Czech Bank, where again, we do something very similar. We categorize documents and we extract information. Utilizing different agents that understand different modalities, like understanding text, video, voice, and sound, yes. And then we have the more complex applications, the AML and fraud AML, which they use more agents in order to detect and even predict threats on transactions. But as you said, you asked me about which one. It is both, because for real-time detection, we use clustering algorithms, which are not generative, although there are generative elements there because we have, okay, not get very technical, but we have to generate embeddings and vectors just to be able to categorize in a very quick and real-time fashion the transactions and flag them into green, which means, okay, definitely good, no issue there. Red, which is definitely something fishy there. And yellow, which means we don't know, but there's something strange here. Someone has to investigate. And who is going to investigate? The agents. Then we have the different agents that get the transaction. They assess how risky is the specific account of the person. I mean, if you see a transaction about 1,000 euros for champagne, is it dangerous or not? Depends who does it. Okay. If you are a 30,000 clerk, something strange. But if you are a manager with a lot of money, okay, maybe you throw a party, no problem there. So yeah, and then it's also important to say that the agent do not take decisions for the human. The human remains in the loop, but the agents produce the reports that will allow the human to make the right decision.
To be faster. Dan, about generative AI, how you are moving from a pilot to a production? Do you have case studies? I saw a long list of case studies. Do you?
Yeah, actually, I have many more, but I was not showing because it was no time for that. So as I said, you know, one of the success into the AI is to be able to move from the pilots to the production, and here you know. Our AI, standardized our AI factory actually it's helping the doing this. On the other hand, it's important to offer predictability when we are discussing about AI, and one of the most important aspect actually is to define from the very beginning what exactly is the goal. Everybody needs to understand what's the goal, needs to understand the as-is position and where we want to arrive. If everybody understands this, not only the technology provider like us, but the solution provider, the people inside the company, the leadership for the company, they need to take the ownership there. So if everybody understands clearly what are the steps, then you know, moving from pilots to production is not that scary. Yeah, it's becoming possible, and basically this is what is happening. On the other hand, the cooperation with AI solution providers, ISVs, it's pretty important, and this is something that we definitely moving forward.
Okay, thank you. We are speaking a lot about it. We are doing a lot of things with AI, but what we will not do with AI? Do you have some examples from your past experience? You decided after you tested something, you say, no, we are not using AI because it's not good?
I could try to share some of my personal experience, not necessarily in enterprise. I was playing a little bit with the intent understanding of Gen AI.
With?
Intent understanding, trying to catch the intent behind a number of documents with different typologies. And after some months of work, what it turned out is that you cannot count on Gen AI with quite big LLMs behind on providing you the right answer. You need to start very focused on a certain example domain and then scale up step by step. And then if you take this one, or I would take this one and try to understand at the enterprise level how I should address the investments in order to ensure that the company will go towards the AI. And there are some challenges, because on one side the technology costs quite a lot. Then as you have a company, a business to run, you need to see the profits. And it's quite difficult to see up from the beginning the outcomes and the efficiency of using AI. So to answer your question, I wouldn't use the AI for intent understanding for all the domains. I would go specific and then step by step.
Georgia?
We discussed about 10 years ago about cloud first. Now all the projects must be assessed as AI first. However, not all the projects are a case for AI, and there is a funnel that must be created at the enterprise level with all the AI cases, and from these cases a filter must be applied, and only the most important or the most return on investment benefits should be used. There are additional costs, not only the technology costs. There are costs with training the personnel, with the change processes, and so on. So me personally, I will not implement AI in processes which are repeatable and have predictable results. AI's power is more in complex projects to assess complex data from various sources, but when I can use a deterministic algorithm, I would rather use it than use AI.
Other interventions on this subject?
I will mention something. So from some of the discussions I had with our customers, actually, I've seen, for example, at some points, not using the AI in the first interaction with some customers, or like a chatbot or a bot, where you are discussing with, and they saw this like a differentiator for them, yeah, to have a human talking with, taking these calls. But on the other hand, actually in the back, it was definitely a human, but it was AI assisted. I mean, he had the tools to provide and to reach the information pretty fast. Yeah. So it's one aspect of that. Not really using or not using AI, but trying to keep a interaction human by human.
Sometimes we are speaking about bots, other time you are naming agents. It's a marketing swift, or it's something deeper? Why we are not using more bot term and we are using more agents term?
I think that agents, actually, we have to see agents like an extension of the generative AI. Yeah? They are doing different, like summarizing pretty high level right now, doing some task and sometimes collaborating to do some tasks. So I think we still see the bots, we still see the agents used in
two different categories, in fact. Yeah. Okay. We are speaking about the implication of AI. Which will be the life expectation of the software developers due to AI? What is your opinion? It was another association asked me together with CIO Council to do some programs to help developers don't be fired too fast. And from this reason I am thinking it's a danger.
Okay, this is not going to happen anytime soon. Okay, we were afraid for the previous year, but one thing that you cannot do with AI is you cannot throw data there and expect to figure out what to do and do the job for you. The LLM models are, we have to think them as smart generalists. They are trained on any kind of public or not data online, but you have to be able to properly instruct them. You have to respect their ability to focus and to maintain their goals. The agents are a step forward. First of all, an agent is not a new term, okay? The agents exist from the previous century. Essentially, they want to describe processes.
Expert systems use agents concept.
Yeah, okay. I remember reading papers from 1980 something, okay, talking about agents that essentially they were having simple rules, very simple rules. But what was surprisingly that the compound behavior of all the system of the agents was far more complex and almost real-like. Okay, so today agents coming to the front again because we have stripped out the logic, put LLMs, we armor them with tools, meaning functions, to do specific things, and the LLM is able then to make sense of the input. We know that LLMs are perfect to understand context out of a text and to see what's the meaning or what is the intention of the input, and to choose the appropriate tool and to have them collaborate. Now, in order to orchestrate and put together all these agents, you need some experience. And with my team in Austria, we work for quite a lot of time. We have acquired some experience, and it was one of our priorities to be able to build easily as much as possible agents and to instruct them with natural language in order to perform complex tasks. We are improving, and we are really excited to see also new use cases because, okay, more good things are coming.
So it will be a sort of reconversion, in fact, of skills and competencies in other directions?
Yeah, I don't know if actually the AI will be fully able to replace a person because to be honest, I don't know what that means, to be honest. But for sure, it's a tremendous productivity boost, tremendous, okay? And it becomes better and better all the time.
Thank you. Please.
I would go a little bit, I would extend what my colleague just said. We made some exercise, part of a project, where we were mapping two types of catalogs. And in a normal assessment, that would have gone to 2 or 3 months of work with a small team. And we succeeded to make it in 1 week, 1 person, and a couple of dollars. Which means that actually you can do a lot of work faster, and then you need to understand what you are doing with your team of developers. Either you expand what you are doing, or you need to ensure that they have other capabilities and put them in other places where their skills are more useful. Personally, I do believe that the future of the developers is going to change a little bit. I do believe in product owners that can use the LLMs and they develop what they are considering. And that would be much more as an entrepreneurship with a huge boost of productivity.
Please.
I fully agree with you, and I will give a real example. Maybe some of you knows that Czech Bank run maybe one of the biggest project in the financial industry we are changing our 3 core bankings with a single one. So nobody in the last 15 years for a systemic big bank run this type of project. And we have a lot of challenges, small, but a lot. One of the challenges being that we have a lot of integrations between the systems and the actual core bankings, and we need, of course, to replicate those integrations with the new core banking. And of course, some of integrations were done years ago. Nobody knows what is written in the code. And our experiment was to use 2 AI tools. One is from Google, Gemini, and the other one is from Claude, in order to, let's say, retro document the code. And the other usage was to re-perform in an optimized way the coding for some integrations. And here, one of first pre-conclusion that we have is that maybe in the future, the software development engineer profile or type of job will be changed from code development to more a code integration, but the code being developed by generative.
So you can go back at home now at your offices and the people will not be upset on you, so it's good. So they will not be fired.
This is very clear.
Because our time is out. Yes, please.
I would add another example from our side. We had a huge number of legacy applications, and in order to update our systems, we had to invest a lot in people to develop or redevelop what was old legacy. Nobody knew what was there. That had a huge impact from OpEx perspective. And what we were doing, because OpEx is quite something that you have to decrease, especially in our in first bank situation, as we were acquired by Intesa, we changed from a people perspective where we had the consultants that were helping that one, towards retrofitting and redesigning and rewriting the applications through AI. And we succeeded at some point in time to have, let's call a medium complexity application rewritten in 1 week by one person. So that was quite a
great, very good example.
Big success.
Yes, I experienced some improvement in the past with the usage of AI. It improved some code, generated some code. So for some tasks, we used it, but not to generate an entire complex project. But if this project today can be split in smaller tasks, a part of this task of development can be executed by AI. But complex projects today are very complex, and AI as it is today cannot execute the process from one end to another. Can generate code, can generate test cases, can do a lot of small tasks, but not in the entire projects from one end to another.
Other very short ending. Do you need to say something more, please?
I just want to add that developing does not mean necessarily to code. A developer, okay, some time ago developers were writing in very arcane assembly code. Now they have more natural language friendly, and the next step maybe would be the natural language. Our platform has the ability to have a no-code, just giving instructions to the agents to perform tasks. But that's one idea. Okay, so that's my point, that development does not need necessarily code.
We are going back to pseudocode.
Yes, yes, it's exactly that.
Thank you very much. Is Q&A time, if there are any questions for our panelists?
I would advise to have the Q&A during the coffee break, and there is a very interesting question, but please, let's have it under the coffee break. Could you please advise on EU AI Act? If somebody, George, maybe you can say something, or otherwise everybody in the coffee. Can you advise on European Artificial Intelligence Act?
What the AI Act? Okay. In general, we are very aware of the legislations and the laws that run around the AI. In general, we are trying to comply by, we don't keep any data, we don't keep any logs, especially for our AI factory, which is something that is remote. We don't keep the activity there, only the consumption. So, okay, that's a given. And we make sure that it is very clear that the AI does not take any decisions by its own, especially for situations where human life is involved, but in general, okay, we avoid it altogether to be safe. So we are covered by that. But we are really very aware about the legislation in the AI Act.
Thank you very much, everybody. Now, a big round of applause. And now,